Let's go to Hollywood Studios. So day two, we dropped my parents off at Magic Kingdom, and my husband had booked a workshop at 10:45 for Savi's workshop to create his own lightsaber, and we missed it. So we decided to park there and kind of rush to go get a bus to make it to Hollywood Studios. And we saw the chipmunks dancing, so I'm gonna mute so you guys can't hear. We went to Hollywood Studios to have an everything about Star Wars day. And of course, when I saw Darth Vader there taking pictures with people, we wanted to do that too. He did not like my headband, and here's what happened. Yeah. Oh, did you want one by yourself?
No.
That's what I said. Come on in, we can set all of our stuff down.
I had R2D2 on my head, and he did not like that. So afterwards, we went next door and we went on the Star Tours Adventure Continues ride, which is a simulated flight, and you hijack this aircraft, and you're flying alongside C-3PO, who is the captain because there's no captain. And you are fighting and flying at the same time, and it was actually a lot of fun. It took us about 30 to 35 minutes to get to the end of the ride. There were other droids inside and robots like R2D2, and they were just talking to you as you wait. So finally you get to the end, you put on some 3D glasses, and you sit back and enjoy the ride. There was some movement up and down and side to side. I did get huge bruises on my back of my legs and butt, and I don't know if it was from this ride or from the ride at Pandora the day before, but it was just unusual for me to have bruises that big on my legs and butt. So I'm thinking it's from one of these rides, so just keep that in mind. If you bruise easily, these rides might cause bruising. I don't know if it was this one, like I said, or the other one, because I definitely didn't fall down. Okay, so as you can see, it's in 3D, and I'll go ahead and mute so you guys can hear what's happening.
Stop right there. I know you have a spy on board.
I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake.
They're a spy and a traitor to the First Order.
I don't like the look of this. Just got worse.
Starwars, what are you doing?
I have no idea.
Then stay put.
Why?
If you want to stay alive, you're going to need some cover.
Right after the ride, you're taken into the gift shop for Star Wars themed gifts. We decided to build a lightsaber for my son since my husband was building his own more expensive one with more expensive materials. We built a plastic one for Finn, and they didn't really tell us how to open it, so it took us a while to figure out that it wasn't broken, that we just had to press the button as we hit it out. So another staff member showed us that, but it was somebody that didn't work there. So that would have been a nice tip to know before we tried breaking it or returning it. Okay, so we purchased this one for him, and he's been playing with it ever since, every single day. Okay, so afterwards it was time for my husband to go do his workshop. The first one he wanted to do was he wanted to build a droid. So he walked around the Star Wars themed area, and he went to the droid depot, and he decided to pick out his droid. I like the R2D2 ones, but he picked the BB-8 one, which is fine because that it was his experience, not mine. It was so cute because next to us there were like 3 or 4 dads with their sons who were picking out their droids, and their sons were like maybe 5 or 6 years old, 6 or 7 years old. So we decided that we have to bring Finn back when he's older so he can build a droid with James and they can have droids that talk to each other, because that was just super cute. So he had to wait until the pieces to his droid came, and he built BB-8 in the version of BB-8 that he liked. He changed the color from the original one from the movie, but he customized it and he put in a personality chip, and he made it interact with other droids. So his is supposed to sing, although I haven't heard it sing yet. I have to ask him about that. So he put it together, he activated it, and he paid for it, and then he had the option to ship it to himself. So all in all, it came out to over $230. If he decided to ship it, it would have been like another $70 with the bag and everything. So just the droid by itself, you have the option to just get the droid. I believe it's 100 and something, but when you get the bag and the personality chip, it comes out to over $230. And that's the option he wanted. This droid depot is right next to Savi's workshop, and that's where he created the his lightsaber. So he got to play with his droid for a little bit after he made it to make sure that that's what he wanted. And yeah, it was cute, but he asked me if I wanted one as a souvenir, and personally, I'll enjoy it to the extent that he's enjoying it, but for myself, I didn't care for one. Okay, so afterwards we went next door to build his lightsaber, and he got to pick which one he resonated with the most, and he opened up the drawer to see the different pieces to each one, and he picked the nature spirit one. So we went inside, and it was a really cool experience. I got to record the whole thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute so you guys can hear, because the actors really get into it.
Please understand, the First Order is here. We're an underground organization now. This may look like a lot of old junk, but let me assure you, some of this new junk. My associates you've met. You may call me Kembe. We are the gatherers. And what we gather is knowledge. The old knowledge. The ancient arts. We're academics. We travel the galaxy and we search for relics, only in forgotten places, abandoned outposts, battle-ravaged planets. Whatever we find, we bring here. If a stormtrooper gets in the air, he'll see worthless. The Force flows between them. Today, you're the ones who will feel that connection. But enough talk. Let's begin. We'll begin with the most important element of a lightsaber. Some of you may know it as a kyber crystal. These tiny crystals are the beating heart of a lightsaber. These can focus the energy of the Force, even magnify it. After all, it's the color of the kyber crystal that determines the color. And now the new Jedi red. But green was the crystal of Kenobi's teacher, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano, Master Yoda himself, and Luke Skywalker. Violet is the rarest. The only master we're sure to have wielded it was named Mace Windu. power. Darth Maul, Asajj Ventress, the great Lord Vader, the chosen one, who step on your path.
Do you see your crystal?
Now, to keep that crystal out of your way there, and you can start building your lightsaber. And what you're building is the hilt. Look up and down the table, and you'll see the trays are not all alike. But there's one part you have in common on the left. That long, thin tube is called the chassis. That houses the kyber crystal. Your decisions start on the right with a choice of activation plates. Then left again, you'll select sleeves, emitter caps, and pommel caps. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. The gatherer in front of you is one of the finest lightsabers.
Clicks like a button, and we're just gonna put our crystal inside like a battery, push it up into that springy side with a plunger. I'm just gonna have you give it a little spin in there, that way we know it's nice and secure. And then I'm gonna have you start thinking about our next step. It's gonna be our switches. You'll get either that one or that one if you want to take a look at everything else first. So it's nice and secure. Each side of the front and back. When we're ready to attach them, if we look on the inside of those pieces, one has a red square and one has a blue rectangle. And we're going to pair those up with the red and blue marks on the side of our crystal. We want red against red, blue against blue, and then we're going to squeeze together and they'll kind of come out. You got your phone there, I'm going to test your switch. That pieces. They're going to have a thicker silver edge on one side. You can go on either way, just make sure that that edge touches your switch, and then just push down and turn, okay? Alright, so for my turns right here, if we look at the way our pieces are designed, they've got this thick.
The organics make this weapon more stable than lightsabers that are only metal. The Force is created by living things. So if you put leather and wood and even bone into the weapon, that resonates with the Force the way metal can't. These are extremely reliable. This is the saber I trust the most. Now for your pommel, you've got a choice. A decorative carved pommel cap from bantha horn, or this wood, which comes from Kashyyyk, the Wookiee planet. This tree is called the Bryrock. It's sacred to the Wookiees. They only use the wood for temples and weapons.
Whenever you're ready, your final step is going to be these two pieces. Is this your final design? Do you want to make any changes or do anything different?
I think this is it.
Yeah? I'm just going to do a quick check. Okay?
Remember, gentlemen, it's the bottom on that saddle in front of you. I'm sure you all remember from school that the Force is created by everything alive. I have met people who believe that you have to be a Jedi to sense it. Nonsense. It surrounds us. It penetrates us. It's flowing through your body right now. Hold your hand out over that weapon and calm your mind. You can feel the Force flowing through that crystal. Just breathe. That's it. Now, everyone, for your safety, take one step away. Kyber crystals can and do shatter. If your kyber crystal breaks, it'll explode. So we've made these chambers. If there's an accident in here, these will muffle and contain the worst of it. You may have noticed all the candles as well. Now that's just a little backup lighting system. Sometimes the table actually knocks out all the power, and you don't want to be stuck in here. Time for you to form the final bond with your lightsaber. On my command, you'll step to the table and lightly place your thumb on the switch. Then, on my signal, We'll all activate these lightsabers together. Raise your sabers high. You build a lightsaber like all the Jedi who came before, and the few and powerful Sith who held the balance of the Force in their hands. Like them, you have the power to change the galaxy. It only takes a spark. You may deactivate the weapon.
Completing your lightsabers. Light your path. It can. Choose your
Hellfire! The door is open. May you greet your destinies with joy. Farewell.
Oh, well, it's not actually Ronto. After that, my husband went to Ronto's Roasters to get himself one of the Ronto wraps. And he saw on TikTok that it was the best hot dog at Disney World. So he decided to try it. He said it was really good. I could have and probably should have got the vegetarian version of it, but I waited to eat in the other park. But I do regret not getting the vegetarian wrap. They have the Skytram, but it's only for people who are staying at the resort, and it doesn't go to Magic Kingdom from Hollywood Studios. So that pretty much sums up our trip in one video. I did eat the Mickey Mouse pretzel with cheese, and my husband did enjoy the Star Wars theme of the park, and we are considering taking my son when he's older, and of course our daughter too. Hope you enjoyed the video.